Hello. Let me turn that down some more. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing okay. My name is Bear. I'm barely watercoloring. Now that that's out of the way, um, it's been a minute since I painted anything, let alone painted anything on stream. And sadly, it's the exact same amount of time has passed. I haven't touched a paintbrush to paper for a couple weeks now, and it feels kind of crazy, to be fair. Um, wow, those are still really firm. Uh, so what am I going to do today? I saw that, but I didn't hear it. I heard that. Hi to Vegas. I didn't hear the alert go off. That's weird. It is there. It should have made a noise, but Twitch alerts did not make a sound. I will mess with that later. Yep. It's okay, I saw it. Let's have some coffee then. It's right here. Bottoms up if you got it. Well, maybe not bottoms up. I'm not going to suck down this whole cup of coffee right now, but we can get close. Hi, Goddess. Oh. Oh, good stuff. All right. Can I say something crazy? No, so like I did not know what to paint today. It was a struggle, right? Trying to figure out what to do. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it is just like it's not even like finding inspiration. It's literally finding something to do, which I guess is kind of the same thing, right? At least sometimes. Let me bring the mic a little closer. It's really far away. Is that better? A little bit. Turn it a little more. So I thought, hey, you know what? Go back to something I've done before and just do more of them. So bookmarks, ooh, so ingenious, so unique, so amazing. So I'm just gonna do bookmarks again. But the last two bookmarks I did, the two bookmark sheets that I did, were space, nebula. I might do the same. I don't know, but I certainly can try something different. Maybe I can do abstract. I don't know. We're probably going to make it up as we go along, or it's going to be like you guys' suggestions to do each panel, and we'll figure it out together. We'll just do unique stuff on a sheet instead of it being all the same idea. Maybe it'll be different themes. Or maybe we'll do the same theme, we'll just do something unique on each one. I don't know yet. We're going to have to figure it out. And you're going to hear me like really spinning my wheels live on stream. Sorry. That's what it is. So yeah, we can at least get started with that so we're not wasting too much time because this takes a long time to prep because we have to tape up the sheet. And I need to take out something to tape it to. So give me 2 seconds to do both of those things. You can go here. The paper can go away, at least the pad. Anyone curious? I'm using Arches A3 size paper. It is 11.69 by 16.53 inches in American measurements. Right there. But it is everywhere else in the world A3 size paper. I think it says it somewhere on here. A3. No? Not actually say it? Oh yeah, there it is. Right there. A3. Right. Anywho, I use, for the most part, Arches cold press. Just the regular cold press stuff. Hot press is... I didn't get that. I didn't. Try again. Hush, Siri. I wasn't talking to you. Thank you. Sometimes it just goes off on its own. God, did he go off on something else too? Wow, I set yours off too? Sheesh. I set off my other half's Siri and mine at the same time. It's listening, folks. Anyway, the other main kinds of arches that you can get of any kinds of paper is hot press, which I find is a little smooth for the kind of stuff I like to do. I like the roughness of doing painting on cold press paper. Hot press just smooths it out a lot more than I'm used to. But I do have one pad of a hot press paper that I rarely use, but if we ever want to play with it in the future, I've got some. The other, like a chain Siri reaction, it really was. It's just Siriception was just going on like crazy. The male Siri, we have him on like the British or Australian, or I do. I don't know. Um, Anywho, the other version of the paper you can get, one of the other versions you can get, other than cold press and hot press, is rough, which I've never used before. It's like cold press, but way more rugged, way more. What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, it's more rough, but it's more. I would say maybe more natural, like it was made by hand than machine, in a way. I guess I've never used it before, but I imagine it gives really amazing textures. So I bet that's really good. Oh, there it was. I heard it. Maybe it's just because I have it turned down and it's not so deafeningly loud. But I heard it. Choose my next paint color. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot that you learned that that's there. Happy Pink and Gold Day. Okay. And let's. I don't know why it's so quiet, but let me turn up. My speakers, my headphones are turned up, so I'm hearing it. Let me turn up. You didn't hear it? Yeah? Okay. I don't know why it's really quiet, but I'm going to turn up the stream elements and the Twitch alerts in stream. And maybe say something else. At least the chirps will be a little louder. So probably the next redeem that you do with the chat will be loud too. Yeah, the chat's louder. I don't know why it's so quiet. I didn't change that, so that weirdly went down in volume. Anywho, let me also turn up the vertical form factor one as well a little bit. But yes, my redeem for paint color, it talks. I set it up through Twitch alerts, if I remember right, not stream elements. So it has its own separate thing where if you do some of the redeems in Twitch, you can make it do different things, like choose to read text out loud, which is what I set for the paint color thing. So you can say, spend points and say, hey, for the next thing you're going to do, go ahead and choose, a green color from your palette. And the palette's in my notes down below the stream. I've got an Excel spreadsheet, and I think I put a picture. One of the two or both are there, and it's got my whole palette there. You hear chat now? Yeah, I had to really crank it up. That's super weird. So we'll leave it there. I'll only put the paper up and cease my endless jibber jabber. Man, I don't know why, but this A3 paper is getting harder and harder to put into this one drawer that I keep it in. It's like exactly the width of the drawers that I have. But it lets me keep it next to me instead of having to go like way over this way. There's one of those IKEA little rolling cart things with like two layers, three shelves, over here to the right on the other side of my table, but it's like kind of far out of reach, so I have to launch myself to go over there and get my paper. But that's where all my paper is sitting, most of it. But the stuff I use the most often, I keep right next to me. Next, I need something to paint on. Let me scoot back and get that. It is down below and hanging up at that. So you come off of there and don't rip the thing off the wall. I've already done that once before. There we go. You scoot back. You scoot back. Uh, Oh man, I forgot that's the thing about this that I screwed up. I've got this cutting pad, right? This really nice cutting pad, and it's great for taping something very large down like this A3 paper. However, I don't know how well you can see what I've done to this damn thing, and I hate this. I'm gonna try to bring it back into shape by just curling it and doing whatever. But the heat from the heat gun, I think, has started to warp it slightly. It was perfectly flat before, but yeah, there we go. You can kind of start to see it's starting to warp just a tiny bit. So it's not totally, whoops, sorry, I just smacked the hell out of the mic. I'm sure that did not sound good. Uh, yeah, so it's starting to warp just a bit. So I can use it when I'm not going to use the heat gun. Yeah, see, it's even sticking up right here. I think the last time I used it, I think the heat gun was on it too long and it started warping the plastic a little bit. The only solution I can think of is to probably heat it up gently and then find something really large and flat that I can put on it. And maybe when it cools, it'll help it re-straighten back up again. So I can do that later. But all that means is that for now, I can't afford to use the heat gun on it when I'm taped to it because it just can't stand up to it. But I should be able to tape stuff to it. Oh, but you know the only downside with that? The water is going to want to flow in weird directions and not flat. God, what have I done? Okay. What am I going to do? Wow, I didn't plan that far ahead. How do I fix my mistake? I can't do it live. Um, yeah, warped just a little bit. Just a touch. Enough to make a difference. I think this paper is too big to tape to even the back of this clipboard. Let me pull it out and double check. I'm pretty sure it's bigger than this. Oh, it might just work. I might be able to stick it to the back, but again, the water is going to flow. Yeah, I could just, just tape it to the back of this. But that's what I'm gonna have to do because this does not warp. This is a little like particle board crap. Press board, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and for this, I think the only way I'm going to be able to fix this one is I need something bigger than it and as flat as it at the ready, and I'm going to have to probably heat it, which is going to be tough in itself to heat it evenly, and then put something large and flat on it and weight it down until it cools, and then I'll probably fix it. But then I won't be able to use it for painting on with the heat gun to dry things, which is a bit of a pain because I use it a lot because I need to hurry things up when I'm streaming sometimes. Do they have any heat resistant ones? Maybe. Um, they almost certainly do have heat resistant things that you can tape things to. I was hoping this was going to be it, but I didn't think it through because it's a cutting mat, not a painting mat. It just happened to be big enough that I could use it. So it's okay. I'll put it to the side for now. I don't think I can just force it back into shape. It's going to require some manipulation and time to get it back. So I'll worry about that later. But yeah, I'll use this for now. It's lifted a tiny bit on that side because of the part of the clipboard, but I don't think that's enough to cause any harm. And honestly, it could only help. So let's grab some tape and some coffee. And Goddess chose a pink and gold day today, so we're going to do that. Coffee. It's so good. All right. That was an ugly noise. All right. So let's scoot it over here. And let's start figuring out how we're going to tape this down because it goes over the edge on the corners. I'm going to have to be really careful with it. And there's a hole in a certain part of it where the handle for the clipboard is. So right there. So I'm just going to have to be mindful of that. And I'm running out of my blue painter's tape right here, and I'm going to start a new roll of this. So partway through, I might be switching tape. But this might be enough to do the whole thing. We'll find out. So I'm going to do more than I need. So I have got room to go over the edges. Man, down near the core of the tape, it really curls like crazy. But it's okay. Even if it sticks to itself, it's not like duct tape. That just never comes undone when it touches itself. Don't read into that. Yeah, oh, nope. You're about half. You're about half. Yeah, I think that's okay. It seems to be on everywhere else. Let's get it down on the paper first. And then try to fold it over the edge. Man, this is weird. Taping it down to something that's not quite the right size for it. Man, I'm gonna have to look for something new to tape these things to dry. Ah, that's gonna be difficult. It's like I can't even tape it to the surface. Like some people tape their paper to their tables, and I could do that, but I would have to remove the silicone mat, and I'd be taping straight to like this laminate. So it would be white on white because I don't have like a different color. The table itself is solid white. So, and then the worst thing that I don't like about it is I won't be able to pick up and move the painting. Once it's on the table, that's where it would stay, and the table surface really cannot stand up to the heat. I mean, really, like I've destroyed, like you can't see it, but this far corner over here, underneath where I have my paintbrushes, the table underneath it, had the uh, paper towel roller, like the spool that I used to keep my paper towels on over there. It was taped to the top of that. Oh, let me tell you, it did not want to come off. And when I used the heat gun on it, it started coming off, but it brought the laminate surface up with it. So that corner over there is ugly. So if I try to use a heat gun on just the surface alone right in the middle of my table, it's going to cause warping. And no, we're not going there. So I need to find another object, something to tape things to. If I'm going to keep using A3 size paper as my main paper size for big stuff, I'm going to have to find a smart way to do it. Maybe, if you guys can have any ideas for something that fits the bill, maybe just a larger clipboard. I don't know, because this clipboard is even bigger than the other one I've got. And I don't think that one. Yeah, no, that one would not support this paper size. It's just too short. So I would need to find like truly an A3 clipboard of some kind that's heat resistant. Might be something I'll do. Did you hear that Bonnie Tyler passed yesterday? I did. I did not know who that was. Sorry for not knowing. A coworker mentioned it this morning, and I had to Google who she is and realize that she is a singer and she's known for a lot of music that we come to know. Yeah, I'm sure you heard some of her songs. Yeah, clearly. I didn't look up any of her songs. I just looked up that she was a musician, and that's as far as I went with it because I was working and I just didn't have time because recently my days at work have been just either, yeah. They said my job was feast or famine when I started it, and some days recently has been feast. I have a brief moment of quiet in the morning, and then all hell breaks loose, and everybody needs me for something, which is nice. It's good to be needed, but at the same time, it would be nice to have a little break, but it's okay. That is coming before too long. Do you have any, like one or two examples of very, very, very well-known songs that she was responsible for? Probably helping. Oh, she sang Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh, okay. Oh, that right there gave it away. Oh, that's a shame. That was a pretty old song, so I imagine she was fairly old. And if not, then age isn't the problem. I'm sure there's some disease or something. 75. That's not too bad. I think my grandmother was 78, low 80s when she died. Somewhere in there. That's a shame. Well, I hope it wasn't like traumatic for her. I'm hoping it was peaceful. Nobody wants to go like a shock. Well, then some people might. Some people just want it to be a shock and quick instead of peaceful and slow. Whatever. I guess that makes sense. Bonnie Tyler died on July 8th, age 75. She passed away in a hospital in Portugal, wow, from complications from emergency intestinal surgery. She suffered a torn bowel and underwent an operation that required weeks of intensive care and a medically induced coma. Wow. In Portugal? How good is their healthcare system? Probably better than ours. Almost definitely better than ours. There. Is that actually lined up? I think it's as lined up as it's going to be. Okay. Let's get the last corner of this down. I think we're going to have to be judicious about our water usage today and not flood it so much because that's going to make the paper want to warp and it's going to want to come off of this little press board. So why I've not been using this to tape things to, because I found when you get it really wet, it makes this little particle board, press board stuff, like you imagine, absorb water and start to swell, and it starts coming off with the tape when you peel it off. Oh yeah, this is going to be the last of this roll. Is it enough to make this? I think it is. And then I'm just going to throw this roll away because I am almost definitely at the very end of it right here. Well, we should listen to one of her songs in solidarity. Let's get that on here really quick and we'll look that up. I'm sure she's getting a lot of love today. Oh, yeah, excellent timing. Can we listen to Total Eclipse of the Heart? Yeah, I will totally find it and play it. Honestly, been a minute since I've heard it, so I have to remind myself how it goes. I'll recognize it as soon as I hear it, I'm sure. Yeah, let's find it. Okay, let me make sure I don't run into anything. Let's look her up first. Bonnie Tyler. Enter. There it is, Total Eclipse of the Heart. What else is she known? Holding Out for a Hero. I feel like I remember that. It's a Heartache. That sounds familiar. Oh, good. I've got a, wait, why else is she familiar? She didn't, no, I'm mistaking her for someone else. Yeah, I've got a playlist of her stuff. We'll stop it once we get past a good bit. But let me, it starts with Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh, this is that every now and then. That one. Is it? Or am I thinking turn around? Is that one? Yeah, that one. Here we go. Is that loud enough? That really is a great song. I have no idea what's next on this list, so I'm going to turn it down a little just in case it's blindingly loud, and we can turn it up. 7.5. Half of that is 3.25. And then over here. I'm not trying to be perfect here, but I'm trying to get these lined up fairly well. Fairly well. How was your fourth? It was very good. We didn't do anything. We Oh yeah, I know the song. Yeah, that's a good song. My fourth was good. The most we did was see fireworks across the bay or across the water from where we are. We didn't either. We played a little Minecraft. Excellent. I'm a hero. You know what we've been playing? We've been playing RuneScape Dragon Wilds. RuneScape Dragon Wilds is fairly new, it's still in early access. Uh, it's a lot of fun. Think of it as yeah, RuneScape Dragon Wilds is think of it as being similar to Valheim or Enshrouded. Um, Typical crafting survival. But it's RuneScape, so it's kind of fun. And I've never actually played old school RuneScape, or I mean, any version of RuneScape. Maybe for a few minutes just to try it. Um, but it's the RuneScape Dragon Wilds is actually very fun. We've been very much enjoying it. trying not to do what we normally do in moments, and when we get tired of waiting around or struggling to find resources, cheating and adding them. We've not done that this time. We're just playing the game natural. We figure any like replay throughs if we want to cheat, we can probably do it then, but that's only if we're trying to get a bunch of materials to build what we want and it'd be like more freestyle creative. But this is survival mode, so we're playing it natural. I would say the only thing we did change, since we're running the server internally, is you can do advanced custom server, and we did change like the multiplier on our health and stamina and lower the difficulty on like one or two enemies that were just absolutely wiping the floor with us, but nothing more than that. Everything else has been natural, if I remember right. Is this all lined up? It feels like it's curving to the left a little bit right there. Let me fix that. There we are. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. We've been enjoying the hell out of it. Sadly, it's not the kind of game really that I like to stream, or yeah, to stream, because we enjoy our private playtime with that, and it would be very difficult to stream because I could be playing it for hours and hours on end, and I don't want to be talking the whole time I'm playing. I want to just enjoy playing. The reactions are fun, but we've gone beyond pretty much a majority of the like oh shit moments that we've seen, I think. I guess we'll find out. We just got to a new area. It's very like necromancery in a way. I need one more row each. How wide are these? Hey, there's the sound effect. Redeem coffee. Yeah, turning it up fixed it. I wonder if maybe on stream elements the volume got turned down there somehow? We'll find out. The next time I stream, if it is deafening, then it's some bullshit somewhere in between. Thank you, New Vegas. All right. Roughly 3.5, a little less. A little more. Ooh, I didn't get that lined up well at all. Only that one. So maybe my assumption to move it to the left was not correct. Let me, while I'm here and it's fresh, I can move it slightly and not feel too bad about it. Oh, yeah, I didn't even line up with my line. I think I did on top. Let's check that before I tamp it down again. A little less than 3.5. Almost a little more than, so we'll do just a tiny bit over. How now? Just almost exactly 3.5. Exactly 3.5. Exactly 3.5. Pretty much exactly 3.5. Great. Up top. It's a little out of alignment. Not by much. Yeah, that'll be fine. All right, let's tamp that down, and we'll get the last in-between lines down, and then we can start figuring out what the hell we're going to paint. So get your brains flowing, people. I'm going to need your help. We're going to have to figure out what to paint. Because I'm not doing nebulas this time. I'm going to do something different. I just don't know what. It's probably going to be abstract because I've got to fill a weird rectangle with stuff. And if I'm not doing wall-to-wall, border-to-border space, what to paint, what to paint? I know. Seriously. It may just be this one's abstract, this one's weird squares, this one's trees. Like, it could be anything, right? I don't know. What do I want to paint? Honey, if I knew what to paint, I would be doing it. That's why I'm asking for help. I genuinely don't know. I literally started the day and I'm like, I don't know what to paint when I get off work today. I guess I'll figure it out. And then, the work day became the work day, and 3 o'clock came before I knew it. And then I was like 5 minutes late getting off work, and then I got off work, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't know. Let me at least get things set up and get my computer restarted. Maybe I'll figure out something. And I went to go look at Instagram, and I got distracted, and then I didn't come up with any ideas. I'm like, fuck it. I already thought about doing bookmarks again at some point. I guess we're doing bookmarks. What am I going to paint? And then I'm like, more nebula? Getting kind of burned out at doing nebula bookmarks because that's all I've got on my wall right now for the bookmarks. I wanted to do something different, but I didn't know what. But I don't want to do like, I don't want to whip out the spirograph. I did 2 episodes of spirograph stuff 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, that's enough for the moment. I'll come back to spirograph later. So I don't want to do that. You have way higher expectations of me than I do of myself. I don't know if I could paint a roadrunner. I don't know if I could paint any living thing. I can't even draw a living thing. Like I don't even know that I've got pictures of it, but I've tried drawing like even a dog in the past. It let me tell you, it's cute and comical probably more than it is realistic. So if I'm going for random cuteness, random like maybe it looks kind of cartoony, that's fine. But the problem is it's not going to look consistent if I try to recreate it again because I don't know how to draw well, you know? Seashell? Maybe. Painting objects is scary because I have to be fairly realistic, you know what I mean? I can try. I think I hear a dog barking outside. I've put all of the tape up. Let me get this last one up here. Kind of measured all of the really important far apart spots, and then these last ones I just eyeballed getting them in the middle, and they seem to be doing well. That's how I did the other ones. Woof woof, what do you want? Doggies, I bet you want treats, right? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Or where. Alright, what to do now? Help? Oh no! Alright. God, I'm so bummed by this. I'm not really bummed, but at the same time I am. I will try to find a way to level it back out again. But getting it too hot, where it is like very soft, that's too far. But getting it just heated enough to want to be pliable slightly and bendable, and then if I can get something large and flat enough, like I've got a really large pad of paper over there. I forget what size it is, like 15 by 30 or something crazy. I don't remember. But bigger than this. I could probably lay it down on top of this and then put like heavy books or something. I'll have to look for some heavy books and get it really hot. Put the big pad on it to get it flat. Put weight down on both sides, and then just come back to it in like an hour, and then hopefully it'll be fine. But I'll figure that out later. And then if I do that and it comes back, I can use it for what it's meant for, cutting stuff on it if I want to cut paper in different shapes. And then I can paint on it too. I just won't be able to use the heat gun. I just lesson learned. Try not to use the heat gun on plastic. Who knew? Everybody. But who knew? Um, I do have the pencil here, but God, sketching something, I don't know. Oh, I noticed I put my pens in a little container over here. People on the vertical stream can't see it, but the pens that I was using with the spirograph, if I need them, I put them in another mason jar, just like this one. It fit them almost exactly. All right, we get in there. How hot does the heat gun get? Too hot. Way too hot. I think on setting 1, which is the only one that I use, it gets to 400 degrees, and on setting 2, it's supposed to get up to like 800, if I remember right. It's been a minute. I'll probably have to look at the listing for it. I never use setting 2 because it's just blindingly hot. I need heat, but I don't need that much heat. A hair dryer would work better, but it's almost louder than this is. And a fan would just, goddess knows, a fan takes forever. It dries, but it's really slow. Really slow. Really slow. So I don't use that. Let's check on how everything else is going. Looking good. All right, great. Still moving. Yes, great. Just reaching around checking all the stream stuff. Okay. Um. Okay. Let's at least get a brush out. We can think. I'll get a big one, a large round brush. Like that's not my round brush. Not my biggest one. 12? No. There it is. It's tucked behind another brush. Get over here. Come here. What are you doing? Stop screwing around. All right. Get the big brush ready. Get like a medium as well. All right. So let's think. I could always do like that. Coming down. What am I gonna do? Oh, you know what? I kind of know what I want to do. Maybe. Let me think. Hmm. Maybe that'd be cute. At least for one. So let's refresh. So originally my goal when I made the first set of bookmarks like this was to be able to make bookmarks on a big sheet so that I could scan the whole sheet, high resolution, and I was going to get, and I still can get, and that's the plan to eventually get a really good quality inkjet printer that uses pigment based inks rather than dye based inks. Dye comes off with water usually and is not very durable, long lasting. Pigment based inks usually are, right? So they could be even painted on if I wanted to. So if I wanted to do like paint sketches of things and do like the paint by number kind of deal, I could do that, right? Or for other people if I wanted to. But the goal was to scan bookmarks, print them on A3 size paper, and then on A3 size watercolor paper meant for a printer, and then cut those out, laminate them, and then there'll be bookmarks ready to go. And I can repeat that with the same sheet and do like 5 sheets of it, and then just have a stockpile, right? And the original was so nice, I didn't want to cut it apart or anything anyway. So I've got 2 of them up there in frames up above me right here because I like them so much. They look great as they are because they fit the theme. They're all nebula, right? So I did something here and I do different items. It's like committing to the idea that I'm going to cut it up at some point because I won't really look good altogether, which is fine. So what I'm thinking, my other bookmarks I did could technically be horizontal or vertical. They could be like this orientation, but the bookmarks are horizontal. Right now they're turned. They're turned the other way so that the whole image is landscape, but the bookmarks are vertical, right up on the wall. So these I could paint something that's meant to be viewed when it's in this orientation, and when they're bookmarks, they'll be kind of sideways. But when you pull them out and look at them, they'll, be oriented horizontally. So one thing I was thinking is I could do, and so a total shot in the dark idea of doing like different shapes rectangles, like they're buildings, like a city, and different like little landscapes. And I'm not great at landscapes, but I could do like the fakey one probably, right? And maybe do like a little sky behind it, and then do the little rectangles, which I'll probably do first, and then add the sky in afterward. And then when it's dry, we can add a little extra detail into it and maybe break out like the white gel pen to do windows and stuff and a couple stars in the sky. And then we do a different one that could be a different kind of landscape. It doesn't mean I'm going to do these all in one day. When I do nebulas, I can knock out like half the sheet in the stream more if I stay on longer. But for this, if I'm going to be more particular about it, it's going to take a little longer to do. So it's going to be a multiple stream thing. A waterfall bookmark would be cool. Waterfall would be cool. I've not done. Yeah, maybe I can paint a waterfall like the one I've been at. I think I would, but I don't know if I would as a bookmark. That's kind of a very narrow space to try to get something so intricate, which I could do, but I don't know. Deep Dust, hi. Welcome on in, welcome back. I'm trying to figure out what to paint for bookmarks. I think, didn't I show the bookmarks at some point? I think I have a picture of it. Let me check Discord, and if I do, I'll scroll up and I'll share it really quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Wake up. Wake up, phone. There you go. I need Discord, please. Let me scoot this back. Okay, up, up. Yeah, here they are. Yeah, let me pull it up. Uh, Discord, where are you at? Right there. Mm-mm. Okay. And I'm going to move it over to this screen so I can share it. And let me pull up the picture. You scroll up. Ba, 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 ba. Here it goes. Done. Okay, and I need I moved it as I remember where I put the button for it. Touch screen. Here we go. Yeah, now you can see it on both scenes, the vertical one too. So yeah, up on the top of here, this is my painting area. And up on the top is the last Voyager painting I did. The first one I did is over on the left over here. But yeah, on the top left, you see my current bookmarks, and the top right, and they're kind of surrounding the Voyager one, right? So those make sense because they're all nebula and they all kind of fit the same theme as each other. They're all spacey, right? So that makes sense. If I do something different, I might have to put it on the wall if I put it up on the wall in a frame over here on the left side vertically to kind of surround the space, but I won't put one on the far right side because I can't see anything beyond that light over there. Oh, there's my the cart I was telling you about with my paper on it all the way over there. I rearranged the desk a tiny bit since this was taken, but it's roughly the same. Yeah, so there's that. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this one. You could paint the Space Needle. New Vegas, you really want me to paint objects. And I'm so terrible at objects. Well, I mean, I feel like I'm terrible at objects. My problem is I can't sketch them well, and then I can't freehand paint them well either. But if I get a good enough sketch down, I could paint anything. I think I need something to base off of, to reference off of, because I just can't do it freehand. And like that's why I've got a light box over here that I rarely get to use, but I've got it so that if I get something and I uh, print it out, and then put it under the paper, I can trace it, and then I go off of that. It's so hard for me to visualize 3D objects and be able to put them down on paper because I do something weird with them. I'll squash them or something. I won't get the perspective right, but I can try. But it's the kind of thing like experimenting with something new in real objects is scary when it's going to be on a whole sheet like this. Because if I mess like one up, it's here with the rest of them. You know? So I could. I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking it. Am I overthinking it? I'm definitely overthinking it. Okay. So I think for now, let's consider. So if I did like this orientation, I'm sorry, I'm really overthinking it. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Uh, and for the bottle cap, wait, ironically same here, yeah. And for the bottle caps, because I have a whole gallon bag that I found, a whole gallon bag of bottle caps. Wait, what? Like metal bottle caps, like from like beer bottle and soda bottle, like metal from glass bottles, or like bottle caps, like the plastic ones from like the top of 2 liter soda things. Wow, you'd be rich in Fallout. Oh, that's wild. That's super cool. I don't drink much of anything that comes with that kind of cap. It's pretty rare. I think the only thing that I've had recently, I say recently, it's probably been a couple of months, is ginger beer. Because like the really good ginger beer comes in glass bottles. Yeah, the metal ones, yeah. That's great. A whole gallon bag of them. Holy hell. That's so many, but that's amazing. It's great to collect them. What were you planning on using them for? You just had like the itch to save all of them to use for future, and now that you've got them, you're like, what to do now, right? That's super cool. I don't collect stuff like that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Good because it doesn't take up space, but bad because it's like it just goes to add that lack of personality that I don't have. All right. So, root beer by Henry's or orange cream soda. Excellent. Those are both wonderful choices. I love cream soda. Is there a good diet cream soda? I think A&W has one. They have root beer in diet. Do they have diet cream soda? I'm trying to remember if I've had a diet cream soda. I'm sure I have. I'm kind of forgetting. Certainly, I certainly have. Not recently though. Now I'm gonna have to go look for it. I spelled it wrong just for you. Thanks. I think maybe I had a collecting phase at one point. Well, yeah, right? No, that's great. I mean, it's great to collect anything. Some people collect all kinds of stuff. Cork toppers from wine bottles. I've seen that collected, which I'm sure there's a reason for it. You can make little cork mannequins and little statues and things out of it with that and wire. Also, it's 100% root beer, Mexican soda, and Italian soda. Oh, that all sounds wonderful. I can't have it because I'm diabetic, but you know, when I find the sugar-free versions of it, man, I can go hog wild. I don't. I'll have like one, but yeah, so good. Making love out of nothing at all. Oh, the song? Yeah, it's super good. Okay, I've got to get started. Otherwise, the whole stream is like I should have been just chatting the whole time. It's been 55 minutes. Sorry. It's been mostly preparing for painting. Okay, so if I did landscapes, I mean, I could do vertical landscapes, keep them very narrow, very little information, but mostly sky. And that should make it a tiny bit easier to paint. And I can practice clouds as well. Oh, that's probably a good idea. That's probably a good idea. Uh, when I was a kid, soda came in glass bottles and metal caps. Yeah. Uh, I mean, I had a lot of them too, but I mean, they were doing plastic and aluminum cans, you know, as well. I'm a child of the early 80s. I was born in 83, so I mean, that should say all of it right there, right? And then Deep Dust said, I saw a thing on Pinterest. People still use Pinterest? Has anyone ever actually had a good time on Pinterest? Every time I try to use it, it's like I'm trying to look for an image and it's like, oh, it's on Pinterest, and I hit it and it's just impossible to do anything with. I'm sure there's probably a better way to go about it by actually starting on Pinterest and then browsing from there. Getting to it from any outside source when you're doing a Google search is just obnoxious. I don't know why they build it that way. But anyway, weird tangent to the side, where someone did a little painting on the inside of the caps and used them as little bookmarks. Really? That sounds interesting. Like, you can't do the whole cap as a bookmark because it probably tear up the paper, but maybe like a big tongue depressor or something. You could probably paint the tongue depressor and then glue the bookmark with the bottle cap of the painting on the very tip of it so that it's hanging out the top of the book. That would be cute. Yeah. All right. Stop. Stop doing the thing that I'm doing and start painting. Okay. Let me see if I've got a piece of scratch paper so I can experiment on it. Oh my god, that was so difficult to get out. I don't think so. I have this. Do I have the scratch paper? I think I put up the scratch paper. Oh yeah, it's over there. I've got this, and I could use this. Oh, this has got that gum Arabic on it that we were going to practice using as a uh, masking fluid. Words are hard, but it doesn't come up even before painting on it. It just doesn't. But I remember Krista telling me that you can put water on it; it should make it come back up again. But regardless, we can use it. Okay, like physically on the bottle cap. Yeah, I get the painting on the bottle cap, but using it as a bookmark, I'm confused by because I want to visualize it, right? So I'm thinking, how would it be a bookmark if it's just a bottle cap? It's just a little round thing. You can't shove that between the paper. So I imagine they stick the bottle cap to something that is a bookmark, and then it maybe sticks out the top so you can see it when when the book is closed, right? But maybe I don't know. Explain it to me in case you see it. So I'm thinking for the first one up here on the top left, consider maybe doing a very basic, like a very gentle blue sky, and maybe we'll do like a little field and like a little dinky tree over on the corner side of it, and call that one. Maybe we'll do blue and a little orange or something. We'll experiment. Maybe we'll just do like a normal blue and some clouds on this side right here, and we'll make something happen. Why am I doing practice? Let's just fling it at the wall and see what happens. Okay. Okay, let's do that. All right, so let me spray down my paint. I'm finally painting in the painting stream. Can you believe it? It's about to happen. It's real. I actually do paint, I promise. Swear I do. I never said I painted well or on time, but I do it eventually. Gosh, she did this song too? Better than all the rest. All right. I had no idea. Like a clip. Oh, okay. I get that. I see that. They put a little hole in the bottom with a wire that kind of grabs onto the page. Like a clip. I get it. I get it now. Okay, yeah. And truly kind of like a big manually created paperclip kind of thing where it can just clip onto it on either side of the pages. I get that. That makes sense. Okay. So it's not like a long bookmark. It's like a shorter, stubbier one. It doesn't go the length of the book or anything. Fascinating. What a neat idea. All right, let's grab some water and make sure everybody can see. You guys on vertical could not, the mic was in the way, so I'm scooting it over. We're going to hit this top left corner with some water. Better than all the rest. You don't want to hear me sing. Okay. I'm going to turn the light in front of me on so I can see where the water's at. There we go. All right. I think this is empty. I'm going to turn this upside down. This is my little container I put masking fluid in when I'm using it. I'm going to stick it under this to lean it a little bit. All right. Let's start with some blue sky. I'm going to go ahead and use a phthalo blue. And I'll just start on the top here. Okay. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water to it. Okay. And a little bit more water. Okay. Give me enough of that. And let me rinse this out really good. I'm going to scoot it over because I've completely covered up my paper towel here. Right, and speaking of paper towel, let me grab one really quick while this is still really wet. Right, and I'm going to crinkle this up. And I'm just going to do a little bit of blotting on a couple spots and try to get some like clouds in there. Right, and let me twirl it. I'm going to try to get it a little thinner. Try to get some down here, a little closer to the horizon. Try to get them a little thinner, right? All right, and I'm going to blot up the bottom of that before it runs off into my other areas. Maybe give this a little more fluffy, a little more texture. Okay, leave it alone. So let that dry. Or make it dry, as somebody say. Oh, such a cute doggy emoji. That your doggy? It is, it's Comet. You can sing barely? No, I can't. I can hit a tune, I don't have the ability to sing high. I don't know if you, I don't know the terminology like soprano, alto, all those things, like what I would be considered. I'm sure someone could tell me if I tried to sing and they captured my range. I don't feel like doing that, but I can't sing very high. and I can't sing very low. I'm very much middling with what I can reach. So for a lot of people that sing high, I try to sing along with it an octave lower, but yeah, I'm not great at it. I love singing in the car though. That's fun. Right? An hour in and we finally got blue on the paper. That's all we've done. Isn't that great? The beginning. Uh, Good idea to wipe the tape so the paint doesn't wash back on the paper. Yeah. Never mind the timing of it sending. Oh, when it sent the message, I'm assuming. Okay. All comet cuties, he is. I love my little comet. Yeah, when you do just one of them, it does it bigger on the screen. So I'll do one really quick. I have to find him. Comet, where are you, buddy? There we go. Yeah, just one on screen. When it blows it up bigger over in the corner here, it's so cute. And down, I can point at it down here for people on the vertical stream. It's cute. It's the sticker version. I made a sticker of him out of the original image on my iPhone, and I was able to send the sticker to my computer and convert it to an emote. Um, but you can't really see him too clearly unless you really look close, and the sparkles kind of get in the way. So I'm going to make a new one of him again at some point. When I get a good picture that I like, I'll send it in and I'll resize it, and I'll do one that's just his natural color so you can see properly what he looks like. Yeah, he's a cutie. And if he's ever like not sleeping or something and coming and sitting by me over here, then I can put the dog cam on and I'll move this camera, the one above me here, the other one, and I can turn it so that it's showing the floor. But and I'll have to move myself out of the way so you can see him. If he's ever around, he's probably just laying down next to the other dad, the other dog dad. Okay, so that's probably enough. Yep, it seems dry, or at least dry enough, because I'm not going to touch the upper part again, I don't think. Maybe. I might do just the tiniest gray, but honestly, I'm happy with it being white for this one. So we can put some greenage down here. We can probably start with like a light green and just do like a little layer, and then we can darken it and add some more. So what's a good green for that? We've got ourselves sap green is probably a good option for that. I've got green apatite genuine, or we can mix something. We can always mix and do a green. I've already got some mixture of some kind of green over here, so that's an option too. I have phthalo green. I could always add some yellow to that, just to brighten it up a bit. Let's try that. I don't need much. I'm just doing just the beginning. Cutie, yeah. Mine is splooting on the bed of my mother. Literally the whole, I got my mouse in the way. Literally the whole leg sticking out, right? Oh, ours does that, but mainly when he's stretching. He'll sploot when he, because ours is half corgi, half chihuahua, but he's like the black and tan coloring. Uh, Super cute. And he does the leg sploot thing when he's doing the stretch out and pulling himself forward across the ground as he's stretching. And he'll stay with his legs stretched out, but then he's like, ew, I don't like this. And he'll suck his legs back up underneath him. He doesn't keep it that way. Okay. Grab some Hansa Yellow Light, which already seems to have some green in it. So I need to clean that up a little bit by using it. Let's add some over here. Just gonna add a little. Whoa! Is that more coffee? It is more coffee. Trying to get me high over here, high on caffeine. Just fill that a little bit because it's really pale. All right. And let me just gonna get a little yellow. Just add some in a couple spots just to. Okay. And then maybe the green Appetite Genuine. I like that. And we'll just do some areas over in the corner. And then just to get some different kind of colors and textures in it. So let that just slide down a little bit. I like that, but I need to tweak it a little bit. Let me clean and wipe up the extra before it runs away on me. And let's give it a spritz of water. And one last clean. I'll fix that later. That's the corgi bit. Yeah. Oh, coffee. Forgot. Thank you. I'm gonna run out at this rate. Man, she's in a lot of songs I know. I just didn't realize it was her. Mine's a miniature schnauzer mix. She's tiny, but she has a strong personality. All the small dogs do. Ours is just, I don't know, feisty sometimes. Especially as a senior dog that gets old person attitude. Oh, gets the grump face, just like, get out here. Yes, ours just darted out like he heard something. What comment? What? What did you hear? What did you think you heard? I see you over there. Yes, he's so silly. Yeah, like the stink eye. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, hey, comment. Hey, hey. Who's a good boy? Yes. Oh, a good boy. Yes. Oh, I love your little face. Sometimes, that's funny that you say that. I don't think Comet really gets the zoomies anymore. I don't know if he was ever really much of a zoomies dog. Like he did once when he was a puppy, but a couple times probably, especially when he was like hyper excited. But in the grand scheme of things, the most running that he does is when we take him out and have him on the long leash and we go to like a park or something and he gets to like run around in circles around us, so we have to watch out that he doesn't like kneecap us, right? But he'll run inside, especially if you like throw a toy down the hall and he'll chase after it and he'll speed up, but he does good. He stays very healthy. He's not overweight or anything at all. He's in great shape. How old is he? It's a damn good question. We got him during the pandemic. He was born on Christmas Day. I don't remember the year because I'm terrible at remembering years. I literally would have to go back to my pictures. Let me go find. Take me a moment. And way back we go. The Wayback Machine. Okay, we're back to 2018. That's too far. Uh, Let's see. Nope. Nope. Okay, that's when we were downstairs at the office. That was before. That's when it snowed that one time. That's the old computer. I got that before him, I think. Uh, that's walking our friend's dog. Uh, I'm getting there. Nope, that's when there was a dog visiting the office. Here we go. This was shortly after we got him. 2020. Oh, oh, this is too cute. Oh, I'm dying. Oh, it's just too cute. Cuteness overload. Oh, check that out. That was when he was a puppy. Oh, the little live or this little video. I'll show this the vertical stream so you can see him. Our baby comment. So yeah, 2020. So December of 19, Christmas Day, December 25th of 2019. Then is when he was born. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. He'll be 7? Wait, no, that's not right. Is it? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah. So December of this year, he'll be 7. We find a more recent picture. Oh, this was shortly after that. Him laying on the floor, looking up at us like, why? I'm enjoying my lay down time. Why are you taking a picture of me? We find a more recent picture of him so you can see him now. Little diva. Oh, down to my newest pictures. Oh, painting pictures. Here we go. Oh, I literally just took this picture of him today. I meant to send it to my other half and I didn't. But I caught him with the light from my lamp this morning right after I started work, laying in the bed next to me, just chilling, just hanging out in his dog bed. Okay, well, that one's not going to focus. Oh, no, there it goes. Yeah, he's such a good boy. Love my doggo. Doggo croissant, exactly, right? Oh, he's so cute. He just loves it. Seriously, my other half goes out and works in the morning, and like as he goes out the door, Comet is laying like on our couch under a blanket. Like he'll just go off on his own and just chill somewhere comfortable and cozy. And then as soon as my other half goes out the door, he'll jump up after he's gone and be like, "Hey, wait, where were you going? I liked you here." And whatever, and then he'll go lay back down again. Usually back on the bed, and then sometimes he'll go into that little dog bed next to me right there. And then he'll go back and forth. They'll hear a noise. He'll get up, and then he'll do the dog thing. All right. So that's drying. We could probably use a little, just a little round brush here. This is a 6? 6, yeah. Let's pick up some of a mixture of the greens that we did. I'm gonna lift my glasses up. My new glasses are on the way, guys. I have new glasses coming. I have myself and my other half got new glasses ordered, and they are created and they are en route. I, for the first time ever, am getting progressive lenses. So I should, hopefully, with the new glasses, be able to see a little better. And that tree came out like hot garbage. I don't know what I was thinking there. I'll fix it over here. Do a smaller little guy over here on the side. But I'm going to have progressive lenses, so I hopefully should be able to wear the exact same glasses for distance viewing and for up-close stuff like this. I did not get the version with excuse me. I did not get the version with a blue light filter on it, so I should be able to see very clearly and without any color distortion when I'm painting. Okay. Just dinky ass little trees in the corners. They're not cute, but they're there. Excuse me. Too extra. Mine, if I'm on the sofa, she'll climb on me and then on top of the pillow and sleep there. Yeah, mine loves when I get off work and I'm finally done doing all the side shit that I do, and I finally come to the couch. When he gets on the couch, and my other half is on the couch, he'll switch positions all the time, and he'll come sit by me, and he'll curl up in a little nook right up against the corner of me and the couch, the back of the couch. And then something gets up in his craw, and he gets up and he darts over and he gets next to my other half. It does the same thing over there, and he'll just bounce back and forth until he's stable for the night. But he loves, like, as soon as we get up and we get on the couch, he's like, yes, my favorite place. And he just gets up there with us. Until then, he's got like one, two. Are we down to two in here? Yeah, dog beds. Yeah, technically there's only two in here and two in the bedroom, including his main one that he sleeps in at night. But yeah, when we're sitting down, he'll normally be like we're sitting down at our desks. He'll normally be in one of those beds in the room. And then when we use the couch, he usually comes to the couch with us. All right. Let me pick a brown color. Maybe we'll just do sepia and just get a little something something. Oh yeah, I should have not done that when it was wet. I'm just gonna leave it be. And maybe we'll do a tree. I haven't done a tree for a minute. Do that too. See, I told you I'm not great at landscapes. I kind of like doing the mountainscapes, but doing the trees, I'm just so bad at doing like trees in perspective and a landscape. I'll get it eventually. Let's look at that. Let's look at doing a tree. We need to do the colors that God has put in. So I need to do gold and pink. So I think we can do that in the same tree. I think we can do that. So let's see. So if I do the tree, let me do. This should be a good size. Let's do opera pink. I'll get some water going in there so that it can be hydrating and make a nice little well of it. Okay. All right. I'll put it here because I can use or cover up this whatever the hell I did down there. Whoa. What was that? Windows security. Microsoft Defender summary did not find any threats on your computer. Thanks for letting me know while I'm streaming. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's get the pink a little stronger. And let's add a little more color in a couple spots. Get it a little darker underneath it. That's too much. And forgot I'm painting off the sides, so I need to make it actually go off the sides. Okay. Uh, what are progressive lenses? And Chris said where the lens goes from far away sight to near sight. Yeah, exactly. So progressive lenses have a shape. Oh, I can show you. Just do it on here. All right. So normal lenses, the so for normal lenses, the shape, right, is kind of like an oval shape, right? And the whole entire lens is the same prescription. So for most people, that's distance. For some, it's nearsighted, farsighted, but it'll be one prescription, right? So that's what my current glasses I'm wearing right now are. I'm nearsighted, so I'm normally able to see up close, but I need the lenses, the prescription, to be able to see things far away clearly. And my prescription is a little bit different for each eye. My right eye is worse than my left eye, so I have a stronger prescription, thicker lens in the right eye, right? But basically, that's the shape of a lens. Now, with the lenses I'm getting, the progressives, they start, right? Similarly, the upper part of the lens, it's a little bit too dark, but you get the idea. The upper part of the lens is distance. I'm just going to pull some of that because that's way too much. All right, there we go. So the upper part of the lens is your distance vision, but the lower part of the lens, in this lower section here is going to be your near vision. And let's just pretend the rest of these connect, but the prescription's not as strong in your peripheral, right? So the idea is the entire lens is effectively the same shape, but the upper part, when you're looking straight ahead through your glasses, so slightly above the horizon of the lens, it's your distance vision. And when you're looking up close at things like reading your phone or reading a book, you're normally holding it below your horizontal field of view. So that lower part, when you look down, is your up close, right? So it's pretty cool. Hey, Desert, welcome in. Lurking while I try to successfully deboard a plane. Oh my god. And then rent a car. Ugh. Wow. That's a lot to have to deal with. I'm so very sorry. hopefully, hopefully you have a very peaceful deboard and car rental. Good grief. But hi, Desert. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate you. Heck yeah. You got this, girl. You go out there and you get them. You just get them. Just shove people out of your way. Get out of the way. I'm going for a car. I hate this fucking airport. Get me out of here. Right? But yes, that is the basics. Top one, single prescription. For me, nearsighted, so the distance is what I can't see. The bottom one, progressive, it's a crappy version, but it's the same idea. You can look it up online too. There's an advanced progressive where it's got mid-range vision as well, and it puts a little area right smack in the middle. Uh, hold. There's some progressives that have a spot right in the middle. That's your medium range vision, so it's meant for, I think, like looking at like computer screens. So something that's like a foot or more away, 2 feet away, something like that. But I'm not getting that. I could have chosen that, but it would have replaced. I didn't have the three-way progressive option. I had the two-way progressive, so it was going to be either get the distance and up close, or get mid-range and up close, which was going to be like, I don't want to have two sets of glasses to switch between. I'm not Mr. Rogers. I don't need multiples of things. So I'm just going to get the distance and the up close and see how they both function when I'm using my work screen and using computers and whatnot. As long as I can see, I'm happy. The learning curve is going to be learning that when I need to see things up close, I have to keep looking more straight ahead and look down through the lens to be able to see things. So we'll see. Going to lurk. So hot that my soap in my package is very soft. Oh my god. Take care, love. Anytime. I need to do a lurk command. I'll do that later. I say that and then never do it, but I need to do that, so I will do that. But I accept your lurk command verbally. And that's better than a bot doing it, so take that. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. I'll be here. I'm going to try to get through doing something before the end of my stream tonight. Okay, so we did some leafy areas. So let's see what we're going to do next. So I say let's start with, we need to do gold. So maybe we'll do gold in here, and if not, we'll do gold in another image. Maybe we'll save the gold for another image. Let's do some more pink because that started to kind of fade out. OMG, it was 110 at the airport. Oh my god, you poor people. Now it's 66. Oh, at the airport that you left. Oh my. Glad that it's much cooler now for you. Yeah, still here, just lurking. No problem, goddess. OMG EU110, right? I'm very thankful. It's been very comfortable here. Let me see what it says it is outside right now. It says it's 77, so a little warm, but is that right? I didn't think it was gonna be that hot today. I was out in it and it didn't feel that hot. 76, yeah, that's pretty accurate. 76. Crazy. All right, let's get a little tiny bit more powerful pink in here in a couple spots. I'll try to do that in like some of the shadow areas. Not going for perfection, we're just getting a little tiny bits to make the little pockets of light pink worthwhile. All right, I'm going to try to do a little bit more at the bottom of the tree because, I mean, that's the part the light doesn't hit, right? Okay. All right, that should be good. And then I'm going to switch to, I have a script brush. I don't have a rigger brush, but I've got script brushes, and that'll work just fine for this. Let me dry that really quick so I don't bring it with me. Man, you know what I don't miss? Living in Las Vegas. When I used to live in Las Vegas, it got hotter than holy hell there. And I used to work on the strip too, so it was hot and surrounded by tourists, which was just obnoxious. Uh, and the job that I did, I was working IT. It's far enough away now that I can talk about it, and it's all right. I used to work. Where's my neutral tint? It's not on here. It's on one of the palette, the little dishes. It's on this one. Yes, on the bottom. I'll probably do that and do a very gentle gray. Um, I used to work for Caesars Entertainment, the company that owns Caesar's Palace, Bally's, the Link, uh, Flamingo. I'm forgetting because it's been over 10 years. The whole strip between Harrah's and Bally's on that one side of the strip is theirs. It used to be the Rio. I think they might have sold the Rio. I don't remember. Um, and then Caesar's Palace. But I used to work for a little bit IT, just the regular service desk team there, jumping from building to building. And then I ended up being a market engineer in IT, and they handled bigger stuff. We handled bigger stuff like projects, right? Not just fix it tickets. We started doing project work, and then tier two support for the tier one team when they had bigger problems, right? And we used to have to bounce from building to building to building to building all the time. Not always, but typically we would go to a building and stay there and work for the day, and that's kind of where our haunt was for our project that we were doing. But sometimes if we had multiple things to do, we'd have to bounce from building to building, and we had to walk out in that heat, dead ass middle of summer when it's 110 degrees outside, 115, just the crazy numbers that you don't think exist. They do, but it's dry, and they say it's a dry heat, so it's okay, and it is in the moment when you're in it, so long as you're able to stay shaded or have sunblock on and you're keeping water intake going, right? Or fluid intake and staying cool, at least from the inside. But the millisecond that you walk indoors into the AC, it becomes humid and cold, and the sweat pours off of you. And it was gross and disgusting, and I hated it. Very glad to live where I live now, where it doesn't get that hot, knock on wood. But man, back then it was absolute insanity. It was like going outside was like sticking your head in front of an oven, an open door on an oven. It was just asinine how hot it was. I do not miss it. I'm thankful that those days are gone. Wait, where was that? Las Vegas, Nevada. It was crazy. When I was working on the strip, and I used to have to go actually walk out in it between buildings, sometimes carrying a computer or some heavy equipment with me. It's crazy. So yeah, like while you're hot, like your skin is physically like burning up hot, walking between buildings, even for 5 minutes out in the direct heat, the direct sunlight, and then you walk indoors and suddenly the sweat is pouring off you. Because when you're out in it, it's dry. But when you get into the air conditioning, there's something happens and all the moisture in your body just escapes all at once to try to cool you off. Like I guess it senses while you're in it, you're like you're fucked. You're just so hot that it's just evaporating directly. And then as soon as you go indoors, like it catches up with you and the outside air is cooler than your body temperature, and finally the sweat can come pouring off of you. I think that's what it was doing. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, outside it evaporates, indoor it condenses. Exactly. So it's just insane. So like seriously, sometimes I would we would get towels and when we got to our IT office, we would sometimes, at least the guys, would take off our shirt like in a corner or something around where nobody could see, just to not be rude, and we would just towel off and just try to dry ourselves off or go find a bathroom and do it once we got indoors. It was just insane. It was ridiculous. It was just too unpleasant. And it's not like we had business vehicles to be able to travel between buildings because we owned all the buildings on that side of the strip and we walked to them. We were lucky in some respects. On the other side from Bally's is Paris and then Planet Hollywood. And those three were, well, Paris and Bally's were connected underground. And Planet Hollywood, I think we had to go above ground to get across, but we had an underground walkway. So that was nice going between those two. If you've ever been to Paris, the Paris hotel in Las Vegas, right next to Bally's, they have a huge like shopping mall thing that's connected to Bally's. Underneath that is a hallway, and back a little bit, I think. So the employees can walk underground. So that was really nice. It's like a big, open, huge, wide hallway. I'm I missed that. That was nice. Oh, you know what I miss from working there? That's like one of the only things I miss other than my coworkers. The EDR, the employee dining rooms at every property. Oh my God. That was fun. That was nice. Being able to go being able to go eat while you're at work and they're paying for it and you just eat at the dining room and it's like buffet style, so you can just go pick out the couple things you want and then just eat that and go. So glad that when I worked opening shift and uh, I could go have breakfast. Oh, that was so fun. That was so much fun. I really did enjoy that. I'm not gonna lie. Amazing. A tree doesn't really look like a tree until you add branches, and then it's just like, oh yeah, that's a tree. I recognize that thing. All right, should be good for that. And then next, add a little water, and I'm going to swipe across. Get a little texture going on there. And then get a couple dots of pink. So it looks like a couple leaves fell, maybe? And a little dot right at the base of the tree so it looks like it spreads out. That always looks really cool. And we'll let that dry. Maybe we'll put some sky around it, or we'll just leave it white. We'll see. Let's see. It's a beautiful tree. Thank you. I like it. Makes me think of a cherry blossom tree, sakura. Super cool. I'll have to do like I want to practice and try to do like a big sakura tree at some point. I think that would be pretty cool. Goddess, I've been there. The thing you were talking about at Paris, and the mall underneath Caesars. Yep, that was fun too. I used to like to go to the ramen shop down under Caesars, and then again across the street from what's that down near the end where all the Asian people go. They got good Asian foods there. I don't know, Goddess. You'll have to be more specific. I'll have to know. Like, do you mean on the strip itself, or you mean like off strip, like just off strip, where like Asian town type area is? I'm not gonna lie, it's been like over 10 years at this point since I lived there, so it's been a hot minute. And you like the bookmark series? Thank you, New Vegas. I appreciate that. It's only two on this one, and I'm an hour and 40 minutes in, so I've probably got time for one more, maybe. And we can try to figure out what that's going to look like. I need to do something gold. So let's do something I've not done. For a minute, I need, not you, uh, gold. Uh, that one? No, not that one. Uh, ah, I haven't used this paint set for a hot minute. This is a Arteza. We'll go with it. So got a series of metallic and iridescent paints in it, and it's got some gold colors in it, so we can play with that. That one in the one on the bottom left. So let's figure out what that's gonna look like. Well, I know. We were just talking about Vegas. Maybe we can do like piles of money, like Scrooge's money bin kind of thing, right? Sure, that sounds fun. Let's do. It's one of the old hotels, Frontier maybe, and I know the name of the restaurant was Yanni, at least back then. I don't know if it's still there, but they used to literally bust the Hawaiians into that hotel. Really? I wonder if it was in like the old side of Vegas, the Fremont Street, like the Fremont Street area, like that near that side maybe. Because when you start going the other direction, when you go really far the other way, it was across the street from Caesars. Really? Across the street from Caesars. Was it next to Bally's? Because what's immediately across from Caesars is Harrah's. It was. Oh, they turned it into the link. It was Imperial Palace. That's what it was. No, that's exactly what it was. It was Harrah's Imperial Palace, and they changed the name from Imperial Palace to the Link Hotel when they built the big Ferris wheel thing outside of it, which I have pictures of when they were building. Do I have it on this phone? Maybe. Let's see. Going back in time, and then the building next to that is, oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of it. The building in between Imperial Palace, the Link, and Bally's. We remodeled while I was working there and rebranded, and it's got the Giada De Laurentiis restaurant in it, and it's got a big nightclub on the roof. It's really been a minute. I've forgotten the name of the casino, but they actually had the best breakfast at their ADR. Oh, it was so good. There's a big wheel, a big Ferris wheel thing. Yeah, let me find it. This is actually from the nightclub in the place next door, the one I'm talking about that they remodeled between Imperial Palace, Link, and Bally's. This was when I was working there, and this was like a special like Marvel superhero themed event that they were planning. And we went and we were working on their cash registers in their bar area, and during the day. But let me see. That was October 28th, 2014. Guys, that was ages ago. Oh, this is when I worked there. When I was on the market engineer team, I was talking about this was at the Paris Hotel. This was us setting up for an event. We did all the IT for myself, and I hired a bunch of contractors, and we set up something called the Great Gift Wrap Up. They do one here, and they did one at the Rio. No, Caesars. I'm sorry. I think it was Caesars. Yeah, Caesars. They did them twice a year, and the purpose of that event. Let me zoom in. Let me turn it sideways and zoom in. It's basically just a bunch of booths that the customers can come to, and during the course of the year, when they use their total rewards, is that what it was called? It's been a minute. I think that's what we called the point system, total rewards, through all of the Caesars Entertainment properties. So when you stay there and use any of their services, uh, gamble out the machines, you put your total reward card in and you earn points. And at the end of the year, if you've got enough points saved, you can cash them in for things like throughout the year, like toward restaurants and things like that to get discounts or get free buffets, whatnot, things like that. Or you can save them if you got a lot and you can buy real world products at the end of the year at this like little mall, like Sky Mall, right? And then for the people over here, I'll show you. I'm sorry, I don't think it'll focus very well. No, there you go. Yeah, so it's just a little event. But yeah, like here's one of the tables that we set up with laptops so people could look up their points. Like just like a little information little kiosk booth that has a bunch of laptops. It's not going to focus very well, but oh yeah, this is the cashier area where people would come, and there were tons of computers all lined up on both sides. Those are the little cashiers, and they would ring up people's points, or use people's points to ring up items. Can't see it, girl. Focus. Oh my god, I should send this to my Discord and open it there, but this is probably as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, and I don't know if you're vertical, but I will show it on that camera too. It's just a little. It is not gonna like focusing on this. Oh, you're using the vertical one? Okay, got it. I'll remember to share on that. Uh, yeah, because they're two different cameras. Oh yeah, here's a more of a close up of the registers. I don't know how well it's gonna come across. Focus, you son of a gun. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna focus on this. It's too close. We're just gonna have to look at it from a distance, but just little cash registers. Nothing crazy. That one's kind of more of a boring event to the one that we did. The other event that I did that I hosted for 2 years was the World Series of Poker that we used to do at the Rio Hotel. We did the tech for that. Oh my god, it's an old picture of me. Oh god. My pasty white face. I'm sorry. That was me like 12 years ago when my hair was far less gray. Okay. Trying to find the stupid wheel because I saw it when we were building it. This is pictures from here. Oh, maybe I don't have it anymore. But yeah, these are all pictures from here. I didn't go past it. You know, I might have had an Android phone then, and my pictures were on that. I think that might be my problem. Yeah, I don't have the pictures on this phone. Sorry. It's not great. It's shining strands of silver. We'll see. All right. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. It's just going to look like a hot mess. But I'm like, how do you make, I know. I think I know. Let me think. Okay. So, okay. We're going to do the extreme basics here. We're going to go back to, no, let's do the black. All right. We're just going to make this work. We're just going to make this work. All right. I'm going to stop there. Let's clean that off. We're just doing random bookmarks. What am I making now? I'm making a mess. No, so I'm I'm thinking what I'm going to do is like a pile of money, kind of like Scrooge's money bin, right? In a way, because the paint request from Goddess earlier was pink and gold. So I've got some pink done today, and I'm going to do some gold, and I've got some metallic watercolors here, which I need to spritz so that I can use them. So let me put a little water in here. And I'll do silver. There's some silver metallic in here as well. But I'm going to actually start with regular watercolor with a slightly bigger brush. I'm going to do the tiniest amount of this neutral tint, I'm hoping. God, that feels darker than I wanted it to be. Let me do it up here. All right, so I'm just going to do a couple sections of gray. All right. And then that's a little bit too shiny, maybe. Let's do the Hansa Yellow Medium. I'm just going to do the same thing and just do a very small amount. Okay. And I'm going to get some of the yellow up in the top right there, and some in pretty much a lot of the spots, leaving some white. And I want to have just a little bit of yellow in a couple spots. Okay. But a lot of white. Okay. All right. I am going to dry that off super quick because I don't want this next bit to blend. So let me move these. And let's go. God dang.
Did you
All right.
remember my pink and gold?
I did, Goddess. It's happening now. So the pink is the tree, the gold is what's coming on next. I'm going to make a pile of money. Money is gold. At least the good stuff, right? All that money in the Federal Reserve that they don't actually have gold for. Or maybe they do. I don't know. Yay. Yeah, it's not as exciting. I know. Ew. Money. Dirty money. Metallic deep gold. And this is just gold. Okay. So maybe we'll do a little bit of both. So let's grab a little bit of gold. I'm going to try to rub a lot of it off. I'm going to try to just buff a little bit in. Let me go ahead and zoom in. That should hopefully make it a little easier to see. At least on the corner one, you're not going to see that too well. On the main screen, maybe I can try to control that. That's kind of scary. Let's see. Camera 1. Zoom in. That's a little bit. That's better. Okay. Here we go. It doesn't tell me how many channel points I have left. Huh. I don't know how to do that on, excuse me. I don't know how to do that on the stream itself. Oh, yes, I see the tree now. It's very pretty. Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's a little bit off to the sides. I'm kind of running out of room to have it on the vertical stream. But there it is right there. Yeah, let's try to get some of the gold on there. I'm going to try to like dry brush it on top of some of the yellow. And I'm going to try to leave some of the yellow on top of the pile, right? And anywhere there is a little bit of the yellow, I'm going to try to leave yellow above and just kind of hit some of the lower bits to try to get that look like they're piles of money, right? Probably going to need some more of that. I noticed this lady sounds a lot like Cyndi Lauper. They have a very similar sound to them. All right, let me get a little bit more water. Gonna get a little bit more gold. Sometimes switches from streaks to channel points. Oh, on mobile? Really? That's annoying. All right, let me get a little bit more like thick gold on like the bottom of the pile of each pile, right? Because it has to look like it's ending in some spots before a new pile begins. Okay, now let's clean that off. And now let's switch to silver. I've got some silver right here. Grab some, get it on all sides so I can use it and try to wipe off most of it. Is that Kiss? No, it is. You can hear it? On Twitch, you will. That's right. I'm also streaming simulcast on YouTube and Instagram, assuming they're still running. It might not be. Instagram cut out last time. No, it seems to be still on. Great. Oh, somebody even said, hey, this is cute. Thank you if you're still there. Thank you. I'm working on it. I'm trying. I'm doing bookmarks. Very, very slow bookmarks. It's the lady that just died recently. Bonnie, I've forgotten her last name. Bonnie, Bonnie Tyler. Lady that did Total Eclipse of the Heart. We're listening to a playlist of her stuff because she just passed away yesterday. You're streaming on YouTube right now as well. I am the same place that I do my. I drop off my uh, VODs. I am currently live streaming there. Just for funsies to spread my non-reach. Yeah. I didn't know you could cuss on YouTube. I don't know if you can, but you know, nobody's watching. But I'm sure I have to be very mindful. I wonder if you have to do like a for adults or something to be able to swear, or you just can't swear at all. You know, I should probably look at their terms of service or their restrictions. Probably a good idea considering I'm streaming on it. But yeah, probably a good idea. I mean, it's not like I'm going to show nudity or anything, but if they don't allow swearing, I mean, that's for monetization, though, isn't it? Like, you can't monetize if you swear. I think you can swear. I think you just won't be able to monetize, and I'm not trying to. But I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look that up. All right, silver. Let's add a little bit of the silver. Oh, that's heavy. I'm glad I started that on the bottom. We'll start it on the bottom of the piles. And let me wipe off most of it. All right, and try to get a little bit. Wow, I wiped off too much, or it just was really dry to begin with. Damn, that just disappeared. Me. Try to grab a little bit more from the. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just a dot in a couple places where the silver piles are. Okay. And then let's pick a color for the walls on that. It's not going to be metallic. I can put that away now. We kind of cheated Goddess with the gold. We'll come back to it. Um, People I know that dual stream aren't on right now to ask. Oh, I'll have to look it up, just so that I know. Um, if it's just a matter of monetization, then I don't care because I don't. But if it's in general, like they'll kick you off the platform if you say crazy words, then sure. I don't really go crazy. Like the most I'll drop is an F bomb or shit, something like that. I don't really call that swearing. But some people do. All right. So what color are we gonna make the walls? Maybe we can double up and do the pink on this one too, even though it's right next to it. We'll do some pink on the upper wall, on the ceiling. That's what that's called. All right. This is an ultramarine blue. We do that over here. All right. And then purple. Leaning on that. It's good enough. It's already 2 hours. Gee, spent so much time yapping, but dinner's almost ready. I need to boogie on and go to that. Me, put that up, put that up, put the script brush, the round brush. All right. You might be okay on YouTube. Person wasn't sure on live. Got it. So silly. So finicky. Yeah, we'll see. Um, I was showing pictures of my avatar from Second Life, and I had the window crop, so it was just showing the picture and not like this Flickr page. Not like the Flickr page. And I totally forgot the Second Life is one of the banned games on Twitch. So I had to quickly make a disclaimer that I'm just showing my virtual photography. Oh my god. I don't see her. I don't see any maybe statement that allows live stream gaming could ban cussing altogether. Got it. I'll find out next time. Like, I normally don't multi-stream. I just thought it'd be a good idea to try doing like a couple different locations to be like, hey, I'm here and there and there. And I'm actually like existing outside of just my little Twitch, my little Twitch bucket, right? Um, I might go over this again a little darker to try to darken it up, but I'll hold it up so you can see it. It's simple. It's like really basic. Mainstream, horizontal stream. There's the three. They're not grand, but they're a thing. They exist. Here you are on the vertical stream, goddess, and anyone else out there watching. Just like a little pile of money, tree, and then a basic bitch little landscape. I swore again. I really shouldn't, but it's who I am. So fuck it. YouTube doesn't like it. I won't stream there. Not the end of my life. I have a full-time job. Thanks, YouTube. Some people make YouTube their full-time job. Go them. If they can do that and get enough reach and they're entertaining and wonderful and joyous enough to be someone you want to watch, then by all means, right? Make your money from it, guys, if you can do it. Let me pull my cameras back out so I don't forget to change that. I'm back. All right. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. Anybody have any ideas on what to do Monday? If you have any suggestions, let me know here. There's technically a little suggestion box down below, one of the little widgets that you can interact with below the stream on my main page, like under the About Me section where all the links are, there's a little section for putting in suggestions. So if you like, feel free to suggest there. I will try to check that. If people say they use it and I'm not reading it, is because nobody's really used it yet. Not much. Technically, the only one who has is Goddess, way back when I started, and I think it was a request to make a fairy, which I've still not done because, again, painting people and painting objects is just, you can see, difficult. That's why I do abstracts, because I could just not care, right? So, any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll try to figure something out. And yeah, I'm gonna head out and enjoy my week. Well, enjoy my Friday and enjoy my weekend. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna head on out. Y'all have a great rest of your day, a great weekend. I'll see you back on Monday. My name is Bear. I'm barely watercoloring, and I'm going to go away now. Fare thee well, people. Goodbye. Goodbye. Woo, hands, goodbye. Look, an Apple Watch. Goodbye. Oh my god, goodbye. Farewell. I will see you later. Goodbye. 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 See you later.